The Nuggets are rolling right now. They're sitting second in the West at 11-3, and the stats back it up. They're dropping 123.9 points per game, second best in the league. On the glass, they're pulling in 47.3 boards a night, locking down third place. Shooting, they're hitting 50.6% from the field, also second best. That kind of efficiency's not just luck. Their offensive rating is 122.2, second in the league, and their net rating, a wild 11.5, again second place. Even their defense ranks third at 110.6. Paint dominance, fourth with 55.1. But if we talk about the Nuggets, we have to talk about how good certain individual players have been so far this season. And we got to start with Jokic. Nikola Jokic is scoring 29.2 points per game, putting him ahead of more than 98% of the entire league. That's not just volume, it's surgical. His effective field goal percentage is 70.3, which measures how efficient his shooting really is. And he's scoring 1.4 points every time he puts up a shot. That ranks better than 91% of players. Inside and out, he's dangerous. He's making 9.1 two-pointers, 1.9 three-pointers, and he's only taking 16.8 shots total. And yet, he's still getting it done more efficiently than 92% of the league. His true shooting percentage, 73.6. That takes into account free throws and threes. And Jokic is putting up 1.5 points every time he tries to score. That number ranks higher than every single player in the league. Not one player has a better scoring efficiency. His offensive rating is 129.4, and his defensive rating is 111.4, giving him a net rating of plus 18. That means when he's on the floor, Denver dominates. Games with a positive plus minus, 92.3% of them. And when he's out there, the Nuggets score 15.9 more points than when he's off. That on-off difference is higher than every other player in the league. His ball handling, rated at 100% in the league's three-step metric. And he's not just holding the ball, he's creating. He's averaging 11.1 assists a game with an assist percentage of 49.15. That means nearly half of all Denver's made shots while he's on the floor come directly off a Jokic pass. That's more than 99% of players. He's assisting 26 points a night on top of his scoring. But even with that load, he's only turning the ball over 3.2 times a game. That turnover percentage is 13.71, meaning he ends just over 13 out of every 100 plays with the turnover. And that's with nearly 20 scoring attempts a night. He's managing all of that better than 97% of players. On the defense, he's showing up too. He averages 1.8 steals and almost 1 block a game with 10.3 defensive rebounds. His team's defensive rating, when he's on the floor, is 111.4, and he ranks better than 99% of players in overall mixed team defense. His total rebounds per game, 13.4, which includes 10.3 on the defensive glass and 3.1 on offense. That puts him ahead of 85% of the league. But in terms of percentage, he's grabbing 9.48% of all offensive rebounds available when he's on the floor. That's higher than 98% of players. On the defensive end, he's pulling down 28.45% of all defensive boards while on the court, ahead of 91% of players. His usage rate sits at 27.7%, which means more than a quarter of the team's offensive plays end with a Jokic action. Either a shot, a trip to the line, an assist, or a turnover. He's playing over 70 possessions a game and making almost everyone count. This isn't just about stats on paper. He's impacting every single part of the game, scoring, rebounding, assisting, and defending. He's not just putting up big numbers. He's putting up better numbers than almost everyone else playing right now. But then let's talk about Jamal. Jamal Murray's putting up 23.1 points per game, which ranks higher than 94% of the league. That kind of production is backed by solid efficiency too. His effective field goal percentage is 53.7, landing him above more than half the players in the league. That includes 5.8 two-point makes, 2.5 three-point makes, all on 17.8 total attempts. Every time he shoots, he's producing 1.1 points. And his true shooting percentage, 58, which includes trips to the line and ranks ahead of 92% of players. He's scoring 1.2 points for every time he tries, which is flat out efficient for someone taking nearly 18 shots a night. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, his offensive rating is 125.4, and his defensive rating comes in at 114.2, giving him a net rating of plus 11.2. That means the Nuggets are significantly better with him on the floor. he's had a positive plus-minus in 75% of games. And when he's playing, Denver outscores opponents by 6 points more than when he's sitting. That's a stronger impact than 94% of players. Ball handling, he's rated in the 94th percentile across the league's three-step metric. He's averaging 6.1 assists per game and just 2.3 turnovers. That puts him ahead of 86% of players in assist to turnover control. His assist rate, 25.52%, shows that 1 out of every 4 Denver buckets, while he's on the floor, is coming straight off his pass. He's creating 14.7 points a game for others on top of what he scores himself. Despite being such a high usage player, his turnover percentage is just 10.49. That means he turns the ball over in barely 10 of every 100 plays he finishes. He's taking almost 20 scoring attempts per game, but still manages to control possessions better than 84% of players. With his usage rate at 27.6%, more than a quarter of the team's offensive actions end with a Murray decision. Whether that's a shot, a free throw trip, an assist, or a turnover. That's on over 71 possessions a night, and he's staying composed under that kind of workload. Defensively, he's giving solid effort too. He's averaging 1.3 steals, 0.3 blocks, and 5 rebounds a game, with his team holding at 114.2 defensive efficiency while he's on the floor. That ranks him ahead of 91% of the league in mixed team defense. He's contributing to team stops and doing it without constantly fouling or missing rotations. His overall mixed team defense score places him above 84% of players, which reflects not just one-on-one stops, but also how well his team does defensively when he's playing. On the glass, he's adding 5 boards per night, with a defensive rebounding presence that's been reliable from the guard spot. It's not eye-popping, but for his position, it's one more area where he's giving consistent value. His complete stat line shows he's not just scoring, he's creating, defending, rebounding, and handling the ball with control. His all-around play puts him in elite company across nearly every advanced metric, and he's having one of his most balanced, efficient seasons to date. He's doing more than just filling it up. He's doing it smarter, faster, and cleaner than most of the league. But what about Gordon? Aaron Gordon's averaging 20.3 points per game, and that scoring puts him ahead of more than 90% of players in the league. His efficiency is doing even more damage. His effective field goal percentage is 62.8, meaning he's scoring 1.3 points every time he shoots. He's hitting 4.5 2-pointers and 2.3 3-pointers per game, all on just 12.8 total shot attempts. That level of precision ranks higher than 86% of the league. His true shooting percentage is 68.3, which includes free throws and gives him 1.4 points per scoring attempt. That number ranks better than 99% of players. Offensively, he's operating with a rating of 128.2. On the other end, his defensive rating is 107.6, and that gives him a net rating of plus 20.6. That margin is ridiculous, showing how much more effective Denver is when he's out there. He's posting a positive plus-minus in 91.7% of games, and when he's on the floor, the Nuggets outscore opponents by 15.3 more points than when he's off. That impact ranks better than 94% of all players. He's playing 63 possessions a game, and despite a usage rate of 22.6%, meaning nearly a quarter of Denver's plays end with a Gordon action, he's staying under control. He's averaging just 1.4 turnovers with that kind of load. He's also tossing in 1.4 assists, but scoring is clearly his lane this season. He's playing to his strengths and converting nearly everything he touches. There's no wasted movement, no empty possessions, just production. On the defense, he's staying solid. He's got 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, and 4.7 defensive boards per game. When he's on the court, the team's defensive efficiency is 107.6, and his overall defensive performance ranks ahead of 72% of players. That means he's not just holding his own, he's helping lock things down without being a liability or needing to gamble. On the glass, Gordon's pulling down 6.3 rebounds per game, split between 4.7 defensive and 1.6 offensive. That total puts him ahead of 67% of the league. He's grabbing 5.35% of all available offensive rebounds while on the floor, which ranks better than 66% of players. On the defensive side, he's collecting 14.4% of available boards, ahead of 77% of players. He's not a rebound machine, but he's bringing consistency on both ends. Aaron Gordon's overall mixed team defense score ranks higher than 94% of the league. That's based on how well his team defends when he's playing as well as how well he holds up in individual matchups. He's not stuffing the stat sheet with blocks or steals, but he's doing his job at a high level and making the rest of the lineup more effective. He's not just a piece of the puzzle, he's a reason the puzzle fits. Put all of that together, and he's giving the Nuggets elite level value without needing elite level touches. He's scoring, defending, rebounding, and doing it all without overreaching or making mistakes. His presence makes the entire team better, and the numbers back that up every step of the way. But what about Braun? Christian Braun's averaging 11.4 points per game, putting him ahead of 68% of players league-wide. That's not eye-popping, but it's been efficient. His effective field goal percentage is 52.6, which means he's putting up 1.1 points for every shot attempt. He's hitting 3.8 two-pointers, 0.6 three-pointers, and taking 8.8 total shots per game. His true shooting percentage is 56.8, and he's scoring 1.1 points per scoring attempt. That number ranks ahead of 91% of the league, which says a lot about how he's making his chances count. His offensive rating is 127.2, and that means when he's on the court, the team's scoring output is high. His defensive rating is 109.3, and that leads to a net rating of plus 17.8. Denver is performing significantly better with him out there, and it's not subtle. His positive plus-minus percentage is 63.6, and his on-off split shows the Nuggets are outscoring opponents by 8.5 more points when he's playing. That level of impact is stronger than 78% of all players. Ball handling ranks him ahead of 78% of the league, according to the three-step metric. He's putting up 3 assists per game with only 1.3 turnovers. His assist percentage is 12.36, which means over 12% of teammate field goals come off his passes while he's on the floor. That adds up to 7.3 points a night coming from his passing. His turnover percentage is 11.29, meaning he gives it away only around 11 times out of every 100 plays he finishes. That ranks better than 77% of players, showing he keeps things tidy with the ball. His usage rate is 16.1%, which means just under 1 in 6 of Denver's offensive plays end in a Braun action. That includes shots, trips to the line, assists, or turnovers, all across about 61 possessions per game. He's not a high-volume creator, but when he's involved, the team's numbers stay efficient, and mistakes stay low. On the defense, Braun's been dependable. He's averaging 0.8 steals and 0.3 blocks a game. He's also grabbing 2.7 defensive rebounds. The team's defensive efficiency when he's playing is 109.3, which is solid. His overall defensive impact, based on mixed team defense metrics, places him ahead of 77% of players. He's contributing to team stops, not getting beat in space, and holding his position without needing to gamble or overreach. He's pulling down 4.4 rebounds per game, including 1.6 offensive boards and 2.7 defensive. That rebound total ranks higher than 70% of players. On the offensive glass, he's grabbing 6.04% of available boards when he's on the floor. That ranks better than only 29% of players, so it's not a strength, but he still adds occasional second chances. On the defensive side, he's collecting 8.85% of available rebound, which is ahead of 40% of the league. He's not dominating the glass, but he's holding his ground and staying in the mix. He's playing a low usage role, but he's making an efficient impact. He's scoring, assisting, defending, and rarely making mistakes. And when he's on the floor, the Nuggets are clearly better. His numbers don't pop out at first glance, but dig deeper, and it's clear he's helping this team win with smart decisions and consistent production on both ends. But then there's Watson. Peyton Watson's putting up 6.4 points per game, which puts him ahead of 44% of players in the league. It's not high volume, but for his role, it's steady. His effective field goal percentage is 47.8, giving him 1.0 points per shot attempt. He's hitting 1.9 two-pointers, 0.4 threes, and taking just 5.2 total shots each game. His true shooting percentage is 52.5, landing him ahead of 63% of the league. He's producing 1.1 points per scoring attempt, and that's decent efficiency for the number of touches he gets. His offensive rating is 129.7. That means when he's on the court, the Nuggets are scoring extremely well. On defense, his rating is 118.1, which raises his net rating to plus 11.6. Denver is scoring more than they're giving up when he's playing, and that positive margin puts him ahead of 63% of players. He's had a positive plus-minus in 61.5% of games, And while his on-off impact sits at minus 2.1, he still ranks ahead of 47% of players in that category. Defensively, he's making some noise. He's averaging 1.2 steals and 1.2 blocks per game. That kind of activity on both fronts is rare, especially in limited minutes. His defensive rebounding average is 2.5, and the team's defensive efficiency with him on the floor is 118.1. His overall mixed team defense score ranks him ahead of 47% of the league, right around average, but with flashes of high-level disruption. He's pulling down 3.6 total rebounds per game, with 1.1 on the offensive side and 2.5 defensively. That total puts him ahead of 65% of the league. He's grabbing 5.2% of available offensive boards, which ranks better than 43% of players. On the defensive glass, he's collecting 10.51% of available boards, ahead of 20% of players. So he's more active on the offensive glass than the defensive, which is unusual but helpful for creating extra possessions. With a usage rate of 13%, he's involved in a smaller slice of the offense. That includes 5.2 field goal attempts, 1.9 free throw attempts, 1.3 assists, and 1 turnover per game, all happening across roughly 47 possessions. He's not the primary option, but he's not invisible either. He's producing within the role he's given and not forcing things. His assist average is 1.3, and his turnovers sit at 1 per game. He's not being asked to run offense, but when he moves the ball, it's generally safe. He's had some playmaking flashes, though his assist percentage isn't high enough to crack the top half of the league. Still, he's showing he can contribute as a secondary connector when needed. He's giving the team defensive energy, rebounding hustle, and opportunistic scoring. He's not putting up huge numbers, but he's not supposed to. The numbers show he's doing the little things and fitting in well when he's out there. His combination of steals, blocks, and offensive rebounding points to the kind of physical, high-effort role that can swing momentum. He's contributing in short bursts, staying efficient, and helping Denver maintain a strong team performance without needing to dominate the ball. His impact might be quiet, but it's there in the margin, and those margins are often where games are won. Then I want to talk about Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway Jr. is scoring 11.4 points per game, which puts him ahead of 68% of the league. He's doing it with sharp efficiency, hitting 1.2 points per field goal attempt. His effective field goal percentage is 61.8, ranking better than 78% of players. He's making 1.22 pointers, 2.5 threes, and only taking 8.2 total shots each game. He's not forcing anything. His true shooting percentage is 64.9, putting him ahead of 75% of players. He's getting 1.3 points per scoring attempt, and he's making those attempts count. His offensive rating is 125.7, and his defensive rating is 111.9. That gives him a net rating of plus 13.8, a number that shows how effective he's been when he's on the court. His presence helps his team outscore opponents consistently. He's posting a positive plus-minus in 61.5% of games, and even though his on-off split is just plus 0.8, that still ranks better than over half the league. He's helping move the needle without needing to dominate possessions. His ball handling ranks ahead of 58% of the league. He's averaging 1.5 assists a night and only 0.2 turnovers. His assist percentage is 8.12, which isn't high, but he's not playing the distributor role. He's assisting just 3.8 points per game, but with only 2 turnovers every 10 games, he's basically allergic to mistakes. His turnover percentage is 2.56. That's one of the cleanest marks in the league, ranking better than 93% of players. He's making his moves, finding his shots, and not giving up the ball. He's working with a usage rate of 16.5%. That means just over 1 in 6 of his team's offensive plays. And with him shooting, getting fouled, assisting, or turning it over. He's staying productive in under 50 possessions per game and doing it without wasting trips. He's not a volume guy, but he's giving efficient, low-risk offense in a defined role. On the defense, the numbers are more average. He's putting up 0.6 steals, 0.1 blocks, and grabbing 1.6 defensive rebounds per game. The team's defensive efficiency with him on the court is 111.9. His mixed team defense rating puts him ahead of 46% of players, so he's sitting right near the middle defensively, not locking anyone down, but not dragging anything either. He's holding position, staying in plays, and keeping the game in front of him. He's averaging 3.6 total rebounds per game with 1.6 on defense. That doesn't crack the top group, but for his role and minutes, It's enough to avoid being a liability. He's not giving second chances to opponents, and he's helping finish defensive possessions. Put all that together, and he's giving consistent value without needing to dominate touches. He scores efficiently, keeps the ball safe, and contributes to a positive margin when he's on the floor. He's not filling up highlight reels, but the numbers show he's executing his role with precision. He's giving his team efficient shooting, mistake-free possessions, and enough defense to keep things steady. There's not a lot of flash, but there's definitely function, and that's exactly what works. Then we got Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown is scoring 6.2 points per game, which puts him ahead of 42% of players this season. He's not lighting up the scoreboard, but he's still finding ways to contribute. His effective field goal percentage is 47.9, which means he's getting 1.0 points per field goal attempt. That ranks ahead of only 30% of players. He's hitting 1.5 two-pointers, 0.7 threes, and taking 5.4 total shots each game. His true shooting percentage is 52, which bumps him ahead of 31% of the league. Every time he tries to score, he's producing 1.0 points, just enough to keep the offense moving without dragging it down. His offensive rating is 119.3, while his defensive rating sits at 114.4. That leaves him with a net rating of plus 4.9. So even with low volume, the team is still outperforming opponents when he's on the floor. He's recorded a positive plus-minus in 46.2% of games, and his on-off impact is minus 8.4. That number ranks ahead of just 41% of players, so the overall team results dip a little when he's off the bench, but he's still giving enough to stay relevant in the rotation. On the ball, he's rated higher than 41% of players in the league's three-step metric. He's averaging 1.2 assists per game and turning it over just 0.8 times. His assist percentage is 7.11, meaning a little over 7% of his teammates' buckets come off his passes. That's translating to 3.2 assisted points a night. His turnover percentage is 11.49, putting him ahead of 61% of players in ball security. He's not handling the ball a ton, but when he does, he's careful with it. He's playing around 59 possessions per game, and his usage rate is 13%. That means about 1 in every 8 offensive plays ends with a Bruce Brown shot, assist, trip to the line, or turnover. He's staying low usage, which works well for his current role. He's not forcing touches, and he's trying to play within the system rather than outside it. Defensively, he's showing more value. He's averaging 0.7 steals, 0.2 blocks, and 3.2 defensive rebounds per game. That's helped the team hold opponents to 114.4 in defensive efficiency when he's on the floor. His overall mixed team defense rating ranks him ahead of 61% of players, showing he's giving above average impact on that end of the floor. On the boards, he's grabbing 4.3 total rebounds per game. That includes 3.2 defensive boards and 1.1 on offense. That puts him ahead of 62% of the league. He's grabbing 4.88% of all offensive rebounds available, while on the floor, which ranks ahead of 58% of players. On defense, he's pulling in 13.25% of the available boards, which is solid for his position and better than most of his peers. So while the scoring and efficiency numbers aren't overwhelming, Bruce Brown's value shows up in rebounding, defense, and ball security. He's not taking over games, but he's playing within the structure, keeping the ball safe and giving reliable minutes on the defensive end. He's staying in his lane, working off the ball, and making small plays that add up in the bigger picture. It's a support role, but one that still matters. But lastly, we got Val. Val is scoring 8.2 points per game, putting him ahead of 52% of players. That scoring is coming on limited touches, but he's making them count. His effective field goal percentage is 56.2, ranking ahead of 61% of players. He's scoring 1.1 points per shot attempt, built on 2.9 two-pointers and 0.2 threes, all on just 5.6 total shots. His true shooting percentage is 59.6, which is solid and puts him ahead of 62% of the league. He's producing 1.2 points every time he tries to score, and for the role he's in, that's efficient. His offensive rating is 114.9, and his defensive rating is 118.5. That creates a net rating of minus 3.6, showing the team's being slightly outscored when he's on the floor. His positive plus-minus games only make up 46.2% of the total. His on-off impact is minus 14.5, which ranks better than just 31% of players. So the team's numbers take a noticeable dip when he checks in, but there's more to the story when you dig deeper into the individual stats. Ball handling-wise, He's rated higher than 31% of the league. He's averaging 1.2 assists and 1.1 turnovers. His assist percentage is 16.3, putting him above 65% of players, and that's pretty strong for his position. He's assisting on nearly 1 in every 6 teammate buckets while he's on the court, adding 2.9 assisted points a night. His turnover percentage is 13.59, meaning he turns it over about 13 times per 100 plays he finishes. That ranks him higher than 35% of players. So the playmaking is there, but it comes with a few mistakes. He's working with a usage rate of 29.1%, which is extremely high. That means nearly 3 out of every 10 offensive plays, while he's on the floor end in a shot, free throw, assist, or turnover by him. That's a big share of the action for a player, logging just under 24 possessions per game. He's being used like a featured option in a limited stretch, and he's still keeping his efficiency up. Defensively, he's given a mixed bag. He's averaging 0.1 steals, 0.7 blocks, and 3.2 defensive boards. The team's defensive rating when he's out there is 118.5. His mixed team defense score puts him ahead of only 35% of players. He's given a little rim protection, but the overall defensive results aren't ideal when he's on the court. Rebounding is where he stands out. He's pulling down 4.7 boards a night, with 1.5 on offense and 3.2 on defense. His offensive rebound percentage is 12.99, which ranks ahead of 94% of the league. He's creating second chance opportunities almost every game. On the defensive glass, he's pulling down 25.31% of available rebounds while on the floor, ranking ahead of 96% of players. That makes him one of the best rebounders statistically, even in limited minutes. Val is giving the team an elite presence on the glass, a strong usage score in short bursts, and a sneaky good passer for a big. The team's overall performance may dip when he's out there, but individually, he's creating real value in rebounding, efficiency, and playmaking. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day. I'd genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.